Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, welcome to the channel, Taking the Bathroom. The bathroom is the only place where you can place your gadgets in peace. On this channel, we do product reviews and we also have some tutorials. If you want to support the channel, go ahead and check out our PayPal. It's in the description of this video. And you also can check out my ebook, The Man Who Set Himself on Fire.com. All right, let me go ahead and just check on my live right quick. Make sure that I'm live on YouTube. Today I'm using StreamYards. And so, all right, look like I'm live right now. Just make sure everything is up and running. All right, there we go. And so, all right. Sorry about that. All right, guys, welcome. Go ahead and start putting your comments in so I can know if you in the live stream or not. Just put a comment in. How your day going? What's up, King Dose? What's up, Kill Cable? What's up, Bama? I hope you guys are having a good day. You already know how I do it. What's up, Softail? Whenever I'm able to go live, I go live, guys. And I try to give you guys information that is helpful. What's up, Aaron? I always say that as I learn, I share. And so during the course of the last couple of months, you know, I've really been pushing, especially from the end of last year to beginning of this year, really been pushing the idea of you guys becoming your own boss, trying to teach you guys how you could create businesses that can generate extra income. And the goal is to generate wealth, right? And along this process, or along this road that we've been traveling together, a lot of people have been inboxing me and commenting on different subject matters, that videos that I put out there, and I see that there's a lot of questions that you guys have, and hopefully I can just answer those questions. And the purpose of this is to give you some motivation. Dafina, what's up? Good son. Tim, what's up? Larry, what's up? So, how to stay motivated when you're trying to be a reseller or when you're trying to sell a product. And there's a couple of things that kind of hinder individuals from being motivated. But before I get to the whole piece of staying motivated, the first thing you have to have, guys, is you have to have an active brain. I'm going to say this again. You have to have an active brain. You have to be looking for information. I know I say this a lot, but the best product that you can ever have is when you obtain knowledge and you know more than the next man, and then you're able to monetize that knowledge. In other words, I'm solving a problem that someone have, and then I'm lending my knowledge, or I'm selling my knowledge to that individual to solve their problem. And supply and demand. How many people have this problem, right? The people that have this problem, that's my audience, that's my niche, that's my target. That's how business works. It's as simple as that. Supply and demand. So you have to Sawtell, you crazy. So you have to mine's is active. Just not great, haha. You have to have an active mind. So it's easy. You can talk to people, or you can notice things in society or notice things in your life and say, hey, this is the problem. How can I solve this problem? It's simple, guys. It's simple. And not every business will be a success, but if you put together a blueprint on how to start a business, right? Like I got a video on how to start an LLC. If you watch that video completely free. If you watch that video, you can mimic that video over and over again. You can mimic those steps and start multiple businesses, whether they are successful or whether they are failures. I tell my kids all the time, you can be told no 1,000 times. You only need one yes. So as it relates to being motivated when selling something, you have to realize the things that keep you from being motivated. So what are some of the things that keep us from being motivated? Anybody? You can put it in the chat. What are some things that keep you from being motivated when you are trying to be a reseller? Now think about it. Most people, they go to work and they typically, well, I don't want to generalize it. There's a large portion of society that go to work and they're satisfied with someone giving them a check. In other words, when you go to work, you complete your task no matter what your rank is on your job, and at the end of the week, or at the end of 2 weeks, or however you get paid, you get a check, right? But when you are starting a business, or when you are reselling a product, then you have to motivate yourself. In other words, no one's not going to give you a check. You have to go out there and earn that check. So that means you have to be motivated and you have to put yourself out there, because literally your motivation is what's going to feed you. Benny said, what's the basics first step on this journey? But said, nagging wife. King Doe say, money keeps me motivated. So Benny, the first step of the journey is what I said is find a problem, solve a problem, right? If you notice people in your neighborhood is paying, or in your family is paying a ridiculous amount for internet and cable, that's a problem. And this niche that this channel promote, right? You know that you can get them cheaper internet and you can get them cheaper cable. That's a business right there. That's a business right there. The first step is find a problem, solve a problem, no more than the average person. So I want to say that one of the things, hey, Ms. Rankin Sharon, one of the things that keep us from being motivated is what? Time. There's not enough time in the day. And I want to address that right off the back, because a lot of people say, man, Tech, man, I got your video, man. It's 40, the latest video. It's 45 minutes, 43 minutes, man. I just ain't got enough time to watch it, man. I've been wanting to start this business. I just don't have the time. So time is an impediment or a hindrance to us being able to stay motivated. It's like, dang, man, I want to start this business. Dang, man, I want to get this out the ground. I just can't find the time, man. I got family. I got that 9 to 5. I got this. I got that. You know, I'm not going to say that that's a legit excuse, because the bottom line is that you have to prioritize things. So most successful business people, if you look at your actors, your athletes, right, your entertainers, your business tycoons, all of them have one thing in common: work ethics, right? And they prioritize. So that means some nights out with the fellas or nights out with the ladies. That means even some family time have to be neglected for you to get some things off the ground. You have to prioritize, especially when you're starting the business out. That's the beautiful thing about it, is that if you make that initial time sacrifice up front, and if you use the blueprint, right, that you can just repeat, right, rinse and repeat, wash, rinse and repeat. You can just keep pouring different business ideas out, whether they're successful or failure. Just keep putting those ideas out with that active brain, right? You're gonna have some success, you're gonna have some failures, but you're going to get to the point to where you don't have to make the sacrifice, because the sacrifice and the time was put in up front, and now you're able to take trips and vacations because you build it up to where you have a staff, to where you train people how to do it, or you have a online system that's automated that you can bring it with you on your phone or on your tablet or whatever. But the initial thing is staying motivated, is prioritizing your time. Once you prioritize your time, then it's going to help you see progress. That's the number one thing, is that I don't have enough time. I'm not seeing progress. That's number two. The thing that hinder us from being motivated is I'm not seeing progress. And the reason why you're not seeing progress is because you haven't organized yourself. You haven't prioritized your time. I'm going to tell you, like somebody told me, if you want to see where a man value or a woman value lies, you have to look no farther than their budget, right? So what alcoholic spend his money on? Alcohol. You know why? Because that's their priority. So how you spend your time is indicative of not only how successful you're going to be, but it's indicative of how society see you. So how you spend your time is a reflection of how society see you and the potential for you having a successful business. So prioritize your time. Make those sacrifices up front. Again, the second thing is, things that keep us from being motivated, being repetitive. I just mentioned it, is not seeing progress. Progress is written into the script. I'm going to say that again. Progress is written into the script. So what I mean by that is you have to set measurable goals for yourself. So by the end of this week, I want to have had 2 subscriptions or 2 subs. I want to sell 20 subscriptions, right? So progress is written into the script is that, all right, now that my time is prioritized, I'm motivated, my progress is going to depend on my hustle. I want to set reasonable goals. Don't say by the end of the month I want 2,000 subscribers. Come on, you just starting off. Baby steps, right? By the end of this month, I want to have at least 10 people on my panel. What's up, Trey? Not to get off subjects, are DA Evolution servers good for a small streaming company? I would say, yeah. I mean, it's no secret. You guys know that's who I use. You know, that's my boy, Will, my bestie. Yes, it's good. He have a lot of resellers underneath him. The panel, you know, is easy to use. I recommend it to anyone. So if you have a small streaming company, you might want to check out my video too. How to start a successful streaming company for $75 donation. If you look in the description of this video, it kind of explains how you can get that video, and that really breaks down the key elements that I believe you need to have to be a successful reseller. But enough of the self-serving commercials, just to get back to motivating people. So prioritize your time. Progress is written into the script. You have to set goals. You have to set goals. And the reason why goals are so important is that that's going to keep you motivated, right? If I'm falling short of my goals, like I go to the gym. If anybody follow me on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, I go to the gym and I might say, all right, today I want to lift 225, but by the end of this month, I want to be the 405. If I'm a new person or I'm not active in the gym, that's not a reasonable goal to set for myself. But I can say, I want to lift 225 today, and then next week I want to add 10 pounds or add 5 pounds. Those things are going to keep you motivated because you're going to keep working towards it. If you set big, lofty goals, that's demoralizing. And it's going to be like, man, this ain't working out for me. Before you start your business, these are the things you have to have in your mind, is that it's a process. B, I know I got to sacrifice, but at the end of the day, if I prioritize my time, if I set realistic goals, I can set this thing up to where I can generate wealth, and then I don't have to worry about putting in all the hard work anymore, because again, I have staffers or I have an automated system to where I can take vacations or I can take off from work or whatever I could. Now, full disclosure, even when you get to that point, guys, it's so addictive. A lot of people say it's about the money. The hustle is look, you become addicted to the hustle whenever you see something work. Whenever you have these things in place to where you're sacrificing, you're prioritizing your time, right? And you're setting goals. And when you see these things work, man, you become addicted to the process. That's why you see wealthy people keep getting wealthier and wealthier and wealthier, because they find that model that works for them. What's another thing that keep people from being motivated? Haters. Haters keep us from being motivated, guys. Look, the worst thing in the world is you go bring your idea to somebody and you like, hey, look, I want to do this. And the first thing they tell you, what? That ain't going to work, right? Or are you trying to sell IPTV and you try to convince your family and friends to be like, oh, no, I ain't getting that. I don't want that. Now, it's all the cable channels that they can have everything they can ever want, right? And they like, I don't want it. They think you're trying to scam them. They think you're trying to get over on them. They think you try to hit a quick hustle, right? Or they don't understand the technology. That can be demoralizing. Haters is part of the process. So the way that you stay motivated, even when you're faced with haters, is that you use that hate as fuel. Me, I love proving people wrong. So in my situation, each time somebody tell me I can't do something, that motivates me to show them that I could do something, right? So I'm going to sacrifice. I'm going to prioritize my time, right? I'm going to set goals. Look, by the end of this week, I want to do this. And everybody that's hating on me, everybody that's taking a dump on me, hey, when I pull up, you know what I'm saying? When I pull up, then you're going to see the success of my sacrifice. You're going to see the fruits of my labor. And these are some of the key components to staying motivated. I run into so many people that's getting into a niche like this, and they don't know where to start. They don't know where to start, and then they like, man, I heard this service was making X amount of money a year, or they'd be like, man, look at all the money Target made. I want to make that money too, man. Slow your roll, right? You have to put a system in place. Chris Brown, how do you suggest reaching people using word of mouth as opposed to online advertising? I'm glad you what's up, Slappy, man? I'm glad you was able to make the live too. Hey, Air Picks. So here's the thing. It's gonna shock you, right? Word of mouth is the best form of advertisement. We all heard that. Word of mouth is the best form of advertisement, right? But you don't get the word of mouth unless you do that online advertisement. Back in the days, it used to be like flyers and newspapers or whatever, but now everything is mostly like digital. And the snowball effect is that you want to have an online presence to where it snowball into the niche that you in, into the community that you in, and it becomes word of mouth to where the people in that community or that niche that you serving, so they start talking about you. But you got to literally flood that online presence. And that's why in the video, how to become a successful reseller, that video, most of that video is really showing you 3 ways of how you can build a landing page or a website, and how you can put a payment method on there to where people can literally type in, whatever your domain name is, streaming for the world.com or whatever, and they literally can see what you have on there, and they can say, all right, it's legitimate, they got a website, and I can click here and I can pay with a major credit card. That video in the video, I do go over like how to find the best reseller, how to use the reseller panel. I go over things like that, but the majority of that video is showing you how to set up that online presence. And also I touch on how you can do some advertisement via Facebook. So that Chris, that's what I would suggest, Chris, if you really want to get that trajectory going in the right way for your business, is get that online presence, man. Flood it. Now, it's a difference between flooding and spamming. I'm gonna say it again, guys. It's a difference between flooding and spamming. Don't pick one Facebook group, or don't get a whole bunch of emails and just keep emailing people the same thing over and over again. No, man, search these things out. In my videos, a lot of people come and they leave comments when they see, let's say if I got 5,000, 20,000, 45,000, 50,000 views on a certain video on the IPTV review, 34,000 views or whatever, they see that they got eyes on that video, so they come into my comment section and then they'll leave a comment. Hey, streaming for the world.com, come here, we got this price. The people that's watching this video is interested in this particular service. So when you put your stuff up in there, then you're going to look like a spammer, and then people are not going to click on it. And not only that, but the person that put that video out, 9 times out of 10, they're going to delete your message. So what you wind up doing is wasting a lot of energy spamming. So my strategy for having my online presence is that I want to target my demographic, target my niche, the people that's in the same community as I, right? And I want to make sure that I'm not wasting energy by spamming people. And one of the ways you can do that is you can use Facebook. They're very good for that. They drive down the data. They, are almost precise to your city if you want, right? And you have control over your budget and stuff like that. Believe me, guys, for $150, you can get your product in front of some people on Facebook. You can even do YouTube too. YouTube have a great advertisement system. I would advise you guys to check out Billie Jean. Billie Jean is an online advertising company. where he have an online advertising company. And even if you don't buy his training, you can just watch some of his motivational videos that'll really help you get your hustle out the mud. So, king of that midway, taking a bath, and what are your thoughts on using business cards to promote your service? Hey, anytime you go somewhere, anytime I go somewhere for my day job at a conference, the first thing they do is make us put on a name tag. Why? So people could identify you. Business cards is a little old fashioned, but it still works to this day. It helps you stand out from the rest. And like me at my gym, I see they got little places or slots where other people got business cards. I just go drop my business cards right there too. Any place I patronize that have a spot where you can advertise, I put my advertisement right there also, because I patronize them. So if I can spend money with you monthly, weekly, daily, or whatever, then surely you should allow me to advertise if you already have that. Now, don't go to establishments where you don't see no advertisement, right? And then you try to, without anyone permission, put up your flyer or put your cards out. Then again, you're wasting your energy. So to stay motivated also, here's another technique to stay motivated also is, man, invest in yourself. The best way to stay motivated is to invest in yourself. Now, what you mean by that, Tech, is you become more motivated when you are more confident in your abilities. So a lot of people, they don't want to start things because they're like, man, I don't know that much about it. It's dicey. So fear sets in. And because you're fearful to jump out that boat or jump off that ledge, right? Then you never get around to starting that business, or you never get around to promoting that service. I didn't see people that didn't brought panels. I didn't see people that didn't brought credits, right? And I'm like, bro, why your credits not moving? Why you not pushing your credits? Oh man, I called my uncle. I'm gonna let him test it over the weekend. That's all fine and dandy, but again, prioritizing your time and then setting realistic goals. All right, if you want someone to test it out, then all right, I'm gonna allow my uncle, my auntie, my nanny, or whoever to test this out for a week. And by week's end, I'm going to go to a local barbershop and I'm going to have them test it out, right? And another thing too, here's one of the things that I learned, guys, is let's say you go to a barbershop, a daiquiri shop, or whatever, and you got eyes on your product. You got that set up so where you can sell your product. Make sure that individual is not in on it just for a free ride. I have had situations where I'm like, look, man, I'm gonna have to pull this product from this establishment because they're not bringing in anything to me. That's another thing too. Being motivated is also having good business sense. If I had this Fire Stick and this IPTV service and this establishment for 4 months and I haven't got a sale, then you're losing. Pull that out. That person is not trying to help you. Remember, when you building relationships while you're doing business, because you got to be in relationships while you're doing business, make sure that the relationships are reciprocal, meaning that they get something and you get something. If you're constantly giving out your service, but they're not promoting it, right, and you're not seeing business from it, then pull your service from that establishment. There's no law against that. Pull your service from that establishment and put it in another place. Imagine having a vending machine, right, in the middle of nowhere. Just think about that. Imagine having a vending machine in the middle of nowhere. Eventually, you're going to say, look, people are not buying out of my vending machine in this location, so I'm going to move this location. I'm going to move it to where it got more eyes or it got more traffic. The same way it is when you promoting a service, guys. Look, there's tons of ways that you can get your business out there in front of people, but the first thing is prioritize your time. You got to. The haters gonna be there. People are going to say you can't do this. People are going to think that you're trying to scam them. People are going to think that you're just trying to get a quick buck. If you allow all of that to get in your mind, you're never going to get your business up off the ground. What's up, Big H? You're never going to get your business up off the ground. So staying motivated is tremendously important in having a successful business, a reselling business. Look, you gotta get it yourself. That's the difference. The analogy I used earlier is you can go, you get a paycheck, right? You go, you perform a service for someone. At the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of 2 weeks, boom, you get paid. You are totally relying on that person. And here's another thing I'm gonna tell you guys. This is gonna come as a shocker. If you have one source of income, you're losing. I'm gonna say that again. If you only have one source of income, you're losing. And the reason why is because you are beholden to that company or to that individual. You are totally dependent on them for your financial success. Now, I'm not saying that it's like anything else if you have a portfolio. I'm not saying that if you getting a large amount of money from your main job, right? I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm saying that you should also have the ability to earn extra income, especially in this niche that we're in. Like, there's no reason for individuals that listening to me right now or watching this on the rebroadcast, on the restream. There's no reason for you not to go out and have the ability to earn extra income. Whether you watching videos that are for free, that's teaching you step by step. I got videos, the real got videos, Bo got videos, Dale got videos, Will got videos, step by step, showing you how you can download different apps on Fire Sticks, Android boxes, NVIDIA shields, or whatever. There's no reason for you not to be able to just to go grab a Fire Stick, program it, and sell it. Wash, rinse, repeat. There's no reason for you not to be able to do that. Getting yourself in a position to where you are being successful. So, and Teddy, I know you probably have some stories about, getting your business up off the ground, but those things are all right, Teddy. I got you, man. I got you, Teddy. Those things are very, very important for you to understand, is that staying motivated is a skill. It's like when the money's not coming in and you're putting in all the work, you put in all the time, and you're doing everything that I'm telling you to do in this video. It becomes frustrating. It's become hard. I told 100 people about my product. I got it in 4 barbershops. Man, I'm not getting subs. Here's another thing to stay motivated. I think I'm at point number 4. Cycle. Understand cycles. Understand cycles is important. You're gonna go days to where you're not gonna make as much as you made the day before. You might go days to where you're not making anything. Understand cycles, people. Also understand your demographic buying habits. Look, I know that I target working class, middle class people. I know that a lot of people that use my hotspots, they work on the water, right? So they get paid every 2 weeks, or they might be out on the water for 21 days. Okay, so I got to make sure that they're able to pay me via Cash App, via PayPal. Right, I'm not going to depend on them for cash, because I have to wait when they get home, and that's bad business sense. So know their buying habits, know their abilities. I got older people that don't use Cash App. I got older people that don't use Cash App, don't use PayPal, and the only thing they're accountable with is cash, and they live 40 miles from me. Well, the onus is on them to pay their bill. They don't pay their bill, so, but believe it or not, they make arrangements to pay their bill on time. So that's very important, is to stay motivated. You have to know your target group. You have to know when they get paid. A lot of low income people, the first and the third, a lot of times they get paid like that. Learning those cycles, man, learning that, hey, around this time, income tax time, and this part of the reason why I'm pushing these videos out. Income tax time, man, this is your time as a reseller to really take advantage of the disposable income that people is going to have in your community. Think about it. Think about all the money that's going to leave your community during this tax season. So you should have, I think the earned income tax start coming out around the 24th. You should have a plan already in place to where you can tap into that money. Hundreds of thousands of dollars is going to leave your community. You should have a plan right now in place. You should have Fire Sticks on deck right now on deck. So you can start putting it on Facebook. Hey, look, I got this, texting family members, say I got this, putting it in the barbershops, the daiquiri shops. Hey, let people know this. So while people got that disposable income, you out there. If you pass by a car lot right now, I bet you they got more cars than they had 2 months ago on their lot. Why? Because they're gearing up. They're gearing up for the money that's coming. TrackForm is forcing me to upgrade phones. Any tips on what I should pick? I really don't do TrackForms. I got the Note 10 Plus, so I'm not really familiar with kind of phones TrackForms offer. But if you go on Amazon, they have some cheap phones. They got phones anywhere that I would say is pretty decent, anywhere from like $70 to $300 on up. But if you really want a good phone, then go to Amazon, look on Unlock Phone, and look for former flagship. So let's say like this is the Samsung Galaxy 10 Plus. Well, this is the Note 10 Plus. The Note 10 Plus, right? So you probably can go get a Note 5. You probably could get a Note 8 significantly cheaper than this phone right here, right? So and they have good specs, way better specs than on the phones that the track people offer. So go ahead and try that out. So guys, back to what I was saying is take advantage of this opportunity right now. The money that's going to be in your communities right now, when people getting their income tax, have your plan in place. I'm going to say it again. Have your plan in place. Start advertising now. Hey, look, I'm selling this. I'm selling that. I'm selling this. Look, let me see if I can share my screen with you right quick. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right. Let me see. How can I work this? All right. Y'all let me know if y'all see my screen. Yeah, y'all do. So let me go right here. So you come right here. My family up here. Look, an hour ago. What I got up there?
Celebrate. Connected to the source. Your choice for portable internet and online streaming have now released our partner APK for existing Fire Sticks. Our staff has been hard at work crunching numbers and cutting pennies to offer this product at a dirt cheap price. That's right, you heard me. You can now download this on your Fire Stick today. HBO, Showtime, Cinemax, NFL, ESPN, NBA. You're getting all of those packages. Just don't stop there. You still can get your baseball free pay-per-view. Guys, we have everything. We even have locals. If you have an existing Fire Stick, it's only $20. If you want to know about our portable internet, inbox us today. What are you waiting for? Run to your computer and order now. Connect to the source. We're waiting.
So right there, guys, I'm showing you that I'm already pushing it out. I'm already letting them know that, hey, look, this is what it's all about. Because I know that they got money that's coming. That commercial right there is like, what, 40 seconds, 44 seconds? Something simple, getting your word out there, staying motivated, putting yourself out there, letting people know that, hey, this is what I got. This is the problem. I already know that people finding decent price for internet and cable is a problem. We know that is a problem. I'm offering the solution to that problem. But people got to know that you have the solution. And the reason in the way that they know that you have the solution is you put yourself out there and you prioritize your time, sacrifice. How you made that commercial. I got a video on my channel, examples of commercials. Well, what about the thumbnails and stuff? I got a video how you can make thumbnails. That's free information right there, guys, that you just got to take the time, prioritize your time, sacrifice that, and acquire those skills, right? Learn those basic skills. You don't have to be all kind of special effects and all of that. Just basic editing skills. You don't have to be the best speaker. Just put something out there to where people see that, hey, he got it or she got a product that I need. And that's basically it, guys. Staying motivated is prioritizing your time, using the haters to fuel you, setting realistic goals, right? And putting yourself out there. That's the main thing you have to do. Guys. So if you guys don't have any other questions, you already know that I come live sporadically, and I apologize for that, but what I said, keep an active mind. I can't be at home on an off day or something like that and just have that idle time. I could be watching ESPN, I could be watching Netflix, I could be watching CV Zine, but to me this is more productive. And like I said earlier, once you put that process in place, once you put that roadmap in place, it becomes addictive. You become addicted to the process. You become addicted to success, and it's the highs and the lows. It's the highs and the lows. Look, some of my biggest failures, man, end up being my biggest success. And what you mean by that, Tech? Well, I learned a lot from that failure, and I took everything I learned from that failure and I put it towards the next project that allowed me to benefit and have some of my biggest successes. I don't know. I told you guys this story before. Before I go, I want to tell you this story again, and I want to share this. I want to share this story with you right after I see what Uno talking about. Taking a bathroom. IP. My problem at the moment is for clients in my area. I have to find a service to get local news channels for my area. Unfortunately, antennas recast not work here. So I don't know. I don't know like your specific area. I know Double Agent have a lot of locals, but rumor have it that at the end of this month, a lot of locals are going to be going away simply for where they're getting them from. They're going to be going away. So locals probably going to go away soon. But go ahead and check Double Agent, man. Go ahead and check Double Agent. I know that he have a lot of locals right there. So go ahead and check that out. So the story I want to tell you guys is a while ago, I was doing reviews on Amazon. So I work with well over 200 Chinese companies, overseas companies, reviewing their products, giving them input and stuff like that. Before I started this YouTube channel, that was what I was doing on Amazon. And then I just, hey, I made one video, why not just upload it on YouTube? So that's really how this channel came about in port. And I formed a relationship with this company, and they had the hoverboards, and it was just perfect timing. You see, man, success happens whenever you are prepared, right? So opportunity meet preparation. I was already doing reviews. I was already selling boxes and stuff like that. I already knew how to advertise. I already had a clientele. And this company, when the certain hoverboards was catching on fire, it was the cheap hoverboards that didn't have the Samsung or the LG batteries in them. So the hoverboards wasn't catching on fire. Started catching on fire. So they had shipped a whole bunch of hoverboards to the US to house them. And it was going to cost them too much money to ship them back to China, and they couldn't sell it. I had the relationships. Remember what I said about relationships being reciprocal? I had a relationship with this company from doing reviews for them, and it was like, hey, can you help us sell these hoverboards? So I was like, yeah, I can move the hoverboards. So hoverboards brand new at this time. Okay. I say what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell the hoverboards, and I'm going to give you $100 for each board that I sell. Now, granted, around that time, hoverboards was selling for like $500 or whatever. Some of them $800. It was the 10-inch tires, inflatable tires that I was selling with the lights and all of that. And they was like, all right, because we can't move them, right? So they would pay for shipping to me. I would get it delivered. Imagine a residential neighborhood. Imagine the truck, pallets and pallets of hoverboards in the front yard that me and my kids processing, right? And what I did was I enlisted other people. So I was like, hey, look, if you sell this hoverboard, then you get $100 for each hoverboard you sell. So think about it. I already got to pay the company $100. And now the person that's selling the board, the reseller, he is getting $100. I had one in the tattoo shop. I had a guy in Mississippi working, and I had a guy close to New Orleans working. And people was asking me, well, how much money you get? I said, well, I get 100. The company get 100. The reseller get 100, and I get 100. I sell a hoverboards for $300, one of the cheapest on the market at the time. And it was like, that's not good business sense. Hey, Slappy, thank you for the super chat. That's not good business sense. I was like, that because you don't know what I knew. The more hoverboards I got in, used and new ones, the broken ones, I didn't have to send a company nothing back. If I got a hoverboard that was broken in half, or I got a hoverboard that didn't work, the company didn't get anything from that hoverboard. Neither did the reseller. All right, Tech, what you do with a bad hoverboard? That's how I made most of my money, from the broken hoverboards. Because at that time, you had all these people that was buying hoverboards, and when the hoverboards would break, they didn't have parts. They didn't have parts to fix them. And they had one guy in my town that was fixing hoverboards, and he was making a killing fixing hoverboards, but he couldn't get the parts. And so literally one motor, one wheel, I think was like, I don't want to lie, I think it was like $100 or something like that. Literally, he would buy parts off of me every other day. That money came straight to me. But in order to keep up with his demand, I needed more hoverboards. And the only way I can get more hoverboards to sort through them to see which ones were broken and which ones wasn't is that I had to sell the ones I already had. So to push them out faster, the incentive for the reseller was, man, you getting $100 per board. You know, there's a lot of money. I didn't get them like a percentage, 10% or whatever. No, they got $100 per board. So that motivated them to sell more boards. And the more boards they sold, the more boards I got in, the more broken boards I got in, the more parts that I sold. And that's how I made over 10 grand on the hoverboards. Having a good business acumen like that, right? Being able to look at the situation in a different way, being able to find monies where other people don't see it. This is going to help you be successful. This is going to help you be motivated. You have to motivate yourself, guys. It comes with prioritizing. It comes with, blocking out the haters. Think about it, man. How many times you tried to start something and somebody told you no, or somebody told you couldn't, right? Even if you get to the point to where you need a loan from the bank, there's going to be some banks that's going to tell you no. Now, in my day job, I write grants, okay? So I write grants, which take a lot of time, sometimes days on end, right? And you submit it and you don't get it. You don't get it. But there's times where I wrote a grant to where we got $800,000, well, $500,000 or $50,000, $200,000, $30,000, right? It's being motivated and knowing that at the end of this process, the potential for me to be successful is there, and you got to love it. You absolutely have to love it. You have to love the process. You have to love the hustle. If you don't love the hustle, man, if you don't love the haters, telling you can and you proving them wrong, then you're not going to be successful at reselling anything. You got to fall in love with this. The last thing I want to say, guys, I try to keep my live at about an hour. The last thing I want to say is that being motivated, what I think motivation is might be different to you. Like my thing of saying allow the haters to fuel you, that's necessarily might not be your motivation. But one thing I can say, no matter how we view motivation, one thing I can say that we can have in common when we're talking about motivation is that you absolutely need it to be successful. No matter what motivates you. If money motivates you, guys, then let that be let that be your motivation. But I can tell you this about money motivating you, though. To me, that's a double-edged sword, because the more money you make, if that motivates you to make more money, what you're gonna do with that piece when I said that cycles? What you're gonna do when there's a down cycle, right? If there's a down cycle and you're only motivated by money, then you're gonna give up on your own dreams. You're gonna give up on your business. So you probably, money can be one of your motivations, but you probably want to find something else to help with that motivation. And what I'm suggesting is that you fall in love with the process. You fall in love with the process, man. Look, learn to love learning. Learn to love learning, because the more you know than the next man, the more you know than the person next to you, the more you know. Look, that video, if you look in the description of this video, that video right here that I'm offering for $75, man, you know how much a webmaster costs? If you had to pay a webmaster, and again, it's apples and oranges, but I'm just saying, a webmaster can cost $3,000 plus, right? To get somebody to make you a website can be anywhere from $300 on up, or whatever, a good website or whatever. Okay. But this is knowledge that I acquired from building websites for my little projects and stuff. And then the knowledge that I acquired with learning about IPTV, and I put all that together, and I was like, hey, everybody asks me over the years, how can I start my IPTV company? And what I learned is that the startup is extremely expensive if you're doing it right. At least $50,000, at least $50,000 if you're doing it right, right? And I said, well, the average person don't have that type of money. So the alternative is that they should be a reseller. And that's when I put the video together, how to be a successful reseller. And my thoughts is that, all right, what it is that they need to be a successful reseller? Well, the main thing you need is for people to see where you at, what you have. That's what we call in the biz a landing page. Or some people call it a website. Website is multiple pages, but I'm saying you only need one page. You can have more than one page. You only need one page, right? And then I explained how you can put a link on there to where people can click and they can pay you with a major credit card. That's what you need. And so some people had this debate about, why would you want a website as an IPTV reseller? Look at it, all what's happening. And look, I'm a mathematical person. Analytics. I love analytics, right? Data don't lie. That no matter how many rumors we have, right, in the community, no matter who said this or who said that, data, numbers do not lie. And my rebuttal to people when they say, why you want a website as a reseller, I say, go ahead and Google IPTV and see how many thousands of websites is going, if hundreds and thousands of websites is going to pop up. Since I've been involved in the streaming community for about 5 years, I only can name 2 services that got shut down that I'm aware of, right? Set TV got sued, right? They settled, but they never paid that I'm aware of. Boom Media, but he was a reseller, a big reseller. But like I said in one of my videos, some things happened there, and he was warned, right? The third thing that is he was warned without getting too deep in there. And most services that might shut down abruptly have gotten several cease and desist letters from different companies. And the only reason those companies can send them those letters is that they have certain digital signatures that is unique to them. So that means that company say, hey, you're stealing our content and we can prove it. Other than that, if they don't know where your source is coming from, right? They don't know if you got license or whatever, right? As long as it's not content that is unique to that company, they can't do you anything. It's a civil matter. And that's what I say. Take advantage of this loophole. Now, a lot of people say, well, Target 1080p. Target 1080p said out his own mouth he didn't get shut down for IPTV. He said it was taxes. Then they're saying it was like something with the FBI, whatever, being able to prove how he got his money, But and all of those years, it's only been 2. Now, if you do the numbers and you look at the hundreds of IPTV companies and thousands of resellers, those are some good odds. Those are some good odds, guys, because if you're starting a business off the ground, if you're selling water bottles or pencils, if you're starting a business off the ground, traditionally, probably one in every 5 business would fail. And IPTV reselling, if you got a good model and if you motivated, right? If you motivated and you follow those rules that I presented to you before, hey, what it is? 2 in every 20,000, 5,000, 10,000 companies will fail. Those are some good odds. Those are some excellent odds. Every business there's a risk. It's called risk management. And so when I look at it from a numbers perspective, right? And I look at it from an analytic mind, I'm like, hey, man, if I start selling water, my business is going to fail way faster than if I'm a reseller of IPTV. So numbers don't lie, people. So that's my little rant or whatever. But stay motivated, man. Don't listen to people look at numbers. Learn how to read numbers. Learn. Like I said, that's videos, that free videos that would teach you how to do Facebook promotions. And again, you can pay $150 and you can get your less simple commercial that I showed you earlier in front of people. Tax season is here, guys. Tax season is here. Don't let that money leave out your community. There's a problem with entertainment. People want cheaper internet. People want cheaper cable. Go ahead, guys. Take advantage of it. Put yourself out there. Put yourself in front of people. Let the haters just fuel your passion to be good at what you do. Fall in love with the hustle. Fall in love with the ups and downs. Knowing that you can be successful at this. I didn't see too many people be successful. And the last thing I want to say, because we're approaching the hour, is when you see me do these reviews on these IPTV services and you say, Tech, and if you follow me, you know why I charge. You say, Tech, you charge these people to do reviews on their service. And I say, yes. And why? I used to do affiliate. Affiliate mean that I would do a review on the service. And if somebody click the link and if they buy, then I get a percentage. Well, you might get 50 cents, you might get 30 cents. This depends on whatever percentage you worked out on in. But the great thing about that was that I was able to track. I was able to track how many people was clicking. And then it dawned on me, like, I'm putting in all of this time. I got about $5,000 worth of equipment that I use to produce videos and stuff, not to mention the time that I put in, right? And they're getting paid thousands and thousands of dollars. And then if they get mad at me, they don't pay me because y'all know I got a big mouth. And if a service don't do right, I'm gonna speak on it, right? They get mad at me, they don't pay me my money because I ain't gonna say I spoke ill of them. I just pointed out something they needed to correct. So they don't want to pay me my affiliate money. So now I'm like, hey, pay me up front. Pay me up front. Why? Because I know, thanks to you guys, my subscribers, we develop a trust between each other. And that trust wasn't given. That trust was earned. Trust me, because some of y'all that's in the comment section right now, we probably went back and forth in the comment section before. All of my subscribers don't like everything I say. A lot of my subscribers might email me or they might leave a comment of where they disagree. And to be honest, I encourage disagreement. Now, I'm not like everybody. Now, it's a difference between you try to cuss me out or talk about my wife, my kids, and my mama and all that. Now, that's a difference. But if you disagree and you point out, hey, Tech, I disagree with you on this and this and this and that, and then I come back and I give my points, I encourage disagreement. Know why? Because when someone able to disagree on the merits and we're able to debate on the merits, that is needed. That's needed for business. That's needed for self-growth. Because there's been time when I came back and I apologize. Know this. staying motivated, doing your business, being a successful reseller of whatever, you're going to have to learn. You're going to have to learn from others. Never think that you know it all. The best business person in the world put people around them that's smarter. That's why this channel is so successful, because you guys email me information. You guys give me information in the comment section. I surround myself around smart viewers. I'm surrounded by genius. A lot of you guys say things that I never thought of that I implement in the channel. So, shout out to my subscribers. That's why I think that we are successful. And that's why I think that we have begun to grow at a good clip, because of I allow people in the comment section to have somewhat leeway. Now, if you're a dummy and you just want to, just leave negative comments and just be a butthole, I already told you. 20,000 subs, ain't got time for scrubs. Delete, and that's the way we got to go, because again, negativity can slow down your hustle. Negativity can slow down your hustle. So love the hustle, man. I can't say this enough. Income tax season. Have a plan in place. Hey, it's your boy taking the bathroom. Until next time, peace. Don't forget to subscribe. Hey, go ahead and check out the description of the video. Hey, if you want that $75 donation, if you want to give that $75 donation for the video, guys, make sure you include your email. You can Cash App me. You can PayPal me. That's really going to give you a jump on the other resellers, and you're going to learn a lot. All right. Until next time, peace. Love you guys.